Greetings, this is Juno, and welcome back to more Trials of Mana. In the last one, we finished off all the prologues, and now we're actually getting to the meat of the game. And obviously, like I've said in my first one, we are starting off with Duran&Angela's path. Which, granted, most of the paths are pretty similar, like probably like 80% to 90% similar. Granted, your team formation is also going to be fairly unique in how you go and face certain like bosses and stuff.
Chad belongs to Ferolia.
Ah, me, and they're already here.
We may spare you.
Yeah, beastmen are pretty effective in the beginning of the game.
Forces have taken the town and closed
Probably
the
not
docks.
so much later.
Now my ship's stuck in the harbor until who knows when.
Just hope that they don't turn you into slaves. Or kill you. They probably would want to kill you.
Chad's been taken? What are these beastmen up to? I'd love to throw them all out of town, but there's only one of me.
Yeah, good luck with that. You had trouble with one wizard. Granted, he's one of the best wizards in the world. Yeah, they're right. Let's stop by here in the docks, pick this up real quickly before I forget. I have a feeling that most people don't even realize that that treasure's there until like later on, which I'll point out once I get to that point. Because you do come back. Actually, I might as well just kind of say it because it's not that much of a spoiler. You come back here and use the ship once the ship becomes accessible again, and you can actually see the treasure from the cutscene. Which is kind of funny, because it's just like, kind of don't even, like I said, most people probably don't realize it's there. A lot of treasure on the roofs and stuff around here too. Pick up the treasure game. Thank you. But, it should be noted that, I think I've noted this, everyone is in Jad right now, like, except for Charlotte, because Charlotte's obviously would be in Astoria or around Astoria at this point in the story. Or no, whatever. The continuity's kind of weird sometimes. Yeah, there's nothing to get. I think Duran's normally in that building. If you didn't have him, you have someone else as your
This
main.
town is caught up in a war it never wanted.
Here's Hawkeye.
It's the same story everywhere you go in the world these days.
War never changes.
What on earth is going on?
Oh, you're Mana's kind of going away from the world, which Mana seems important, but in some ways does not.
And I must find him as soon as possible. Have you perchance seen a little lost boy around here?
If you say yes to Reese, she's like, where? And then she realizes that you're bullshitting her. Let's go over to talk to this guy before I forget.
Humans during the day, but at night they transform into animals. Don't leave the house after dark. You hear?
It's not safe.
Hey, if you're trying to leave the city,
It's a terrible night to have a
is
curse.
actually best. Once the beastmen transform, they lose their better judgment. The whole lot of them tend to get together and brawl amongst themselves.
They
until
go
dawn.
into a dog pile.
It's easier to sneak out of the city then. Good luck. Better rest at the inn until nightfall. Guards will thin out by then. Trained swordsman knows when to pick his battles.
But I don't think you entirely decided to be very good at picking your battles there, Duran. Hey, Kevin.
Scared me.
So many.
Don't
Now
tell
I
them
think
I'm here,
about it.
Okay. Can't be found
I'm
out.
trying to think on who's criminals at this
I
point.
am one of them, but not with them.
I guess Hawkeye's always
Let
been a
them see
criminal.
me.
Angela's now a
Don't tell.
fugitive because she's being hunted.
Please.
Supposedly hunted down because of her escape. So we have at least 2 criminals out of this collectible. Oh, and Kevin. Kevin. I kind of derped there for a second, so I guess half of the people are criminals at this point. You can also get, there's unique dialogue with Luger if you have, you talk to him with, if you go near him with Kevin. He's like, ah crap, Kevin's like, oh maybe I shouldn't come near Luger and get caught. And here's where Angela's at. Oh, I guess it should also be noted that when you talk to Duran and you back at the shop, he's like, God dang it, they aren't selling anything.
Could you give a girl some peace and quiet? Back
Quit
off!
cripping around. That was one heck of a slap.
You can't get anything past me.
Huh. Back to sleep instantaneously. That's, obviously every inn has these flower pots, so why don't we plant some? I'm gonna be planting seeds periodically to get some stuff. I probably won't use most of the stuff that comes out of these things, because a lot of them kind of aren't that good. But there's some good stuff you can get out of them, like the elemental claws and stuff. The elemental claws, there's the buffing items too that buff your magic, your attack damage. I'll probably be getting some of those at some point. You can also buy those later on too. They are now wolves. I don't know why they specifically have to be nighttime to be fully beastmen or whatever. They just do. So let's get the heck out of Dodge. Finally journey towards Wendel, just like everyone else. Literally everyone wants to go to Wendel. Go to the Mana Pope. We need guidance. And Rabbite Forest. The dangerous rabbits. I also have some wolves. Again, the flower symbol we cannot collect yet. It won't be super long before we can start. I guess I should know that in Jad too. It won't be super long. It'll probably be a few more hours, maybe a few more hours at most. And we'll be able to start finally collecting that. We'll be back in this area anyway. But I cut up the map in a few sections, and I'll pop up the second one later on the video. I'll do a little autosave. But yeah, mostly, obviously, because it's called Rabbite Forest, most of the area has rabbites. There's also the, we'll run into assassin bugs, or I think they're called assassin bugs. And then of course the mush blooms or whatever, guys. With obviously with Charlotte's, if your main character is Charlotte, god dang it, stupid sign. I was trying to jump up there, but I got caught on the sign. If your main character was Charlotte, you completely skip Jad. Can't even enter there. So you skip forward to the Rabbite Forest. Which there's a section of the Rabbite Forest that has level 3 enemies, but during the prologue of Charlotte, that area actually has level 1s, obviously. Get some class strike. Little crystals. Yeah, that assassin. I don't know why this assassin bug that's over here is always. I've always had him to like not even realize that all his allies are just getting murdered while he's just like derpty derpty derp. Get some more treasure over here. Item seeds. And some money! Fabulous, fabulous monies. And there we go, there's the second section. Derp. I won't be going over to that direction because I'll go over there later. Here's mushroom guys. Let me get a good class strike on them. I said screw it at this point. Rope! Magic rope. And denied. Cannot enter. The barrier!
Drat! This barrier looks
Magic!
sturdy.
Your only weakness,
Ask around
Duran!
and see if anyone knows how to break a magic barrier.
Is his main weakness. It's wrecked by magic. Tend to have a lot of trouble with magic there, Duran. Against magic. Yeah, Duran doesn't really... He doesn't learn any, like, offensive magic. He only learns all, like, supportive magic. Pretty much. Though I guess the sabers could be considered a little offensive, but that just add an element to my physical damage. Kind of thing. And here's Astoria. A prophecy for light. The town be destroyed. Nah. And don't you understand? It's a JRPG, so every prophecy is real. Actually, has there ever been a time in... I think about it. Has there ever been like a fake prophecy in a JRPG? Most of them are turned out to be real. Oh, this little doggo is on edge. Remember that dog for later. We'll be coming back here again, and we'll get a specific chain ability off of. Alright, here. Yeah, there's some treasure inside house. Most of it outside of houses. Not super common that there's treasure inside houses. Or inside buildings. Should be a better term. 'Cause some of these are houses, some of them are not. I think pretty much almost all the... I guess there's the shops. You can actually buy some stuff from the shop here, but I think there's only one shop that's open because there's like a lazy shopkeeper, I think, in one of them.
But I saw it. A strange light was floating over the lake. Maybe it'll appear
if you
tonight, too.
You watched Charlotte's prologue, you would have known that the priest Heath noted that there was a light that was on the other side of the lake, and this is the other side of the lake. Okay. Does like no one have any boats here? I just thought about that. You'd think that there would be like some sort of fishing boat, but I guess not. No one can ferry us all the way over to Wendel? That would be fantastic. Or Candace. Where? Oh, there it is. Had to think for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't have the item that I was looking for. Also forgot to talk to this person. Let's talk to them real quickly so we can actually advance the dialogue. I think even in the original there were specific people that you had to talk to, but like I said in one of the prologues, you basically didn't know who you were supposed to talk to, or in what order, or whatever. So you just basically might as well have talked to everyone. Or just about everyone.
Welcome.
Rest up here. And maybe we'll find some way to get the god dang wendel. Can't you have any god dang boats so we can ferry across? You think there would be. I don't know how people make it to Wendell otherwise. I guess there's the caves, but the caves are god dang dangerous.
What the?
Bright! So bright. Very shiny outside.
Light?
Out there. We'll find out what that light is, and it's kind of funny because it just makes you think, how can that thing emit so much light?
What the heck was that light? A monster?
It was very
Finally,
bright.
Something's happening in this town. Maybe that light'll give me a proper fight.
Not likely there, Duran. Because that's what everyone does, is follow lights and assume that it brings them to fights. Sounded like that rhymed a little bit. But yeah, let's... Now we can go to... Now, we have a purpose to go to the other section of the map. Here in the forest. Sorry about me knocking my mic. And maybe... coughing was probably audible too.
Crosscut!
I had a food item that had peanut butter. It kinda dries the throat a little bit. Chocolates. I actually, speaking of peanut butter and stuff, with stuff like chocolate, I like to have something with the chocolate instead of chocolate itself. Like, I don't mind like stuff like Hershey's, but like I really like stuff like Three Musketeers, Butterfingers, especially Reese's. Pretty much anything that has something alongside of more than just chocolate itself. And we're not super far away to level 4. So I'm sure we're not gonna make it to level 4 by the time we get our first party member. I think. Yeah, there's specific levels that your party members pop in at, and your first party member is always going to be level 4. I mean, your second, well, there's your main character and then your first companion or whatever. Your first companion is always going to be level 4. Open some more of these chests. Yeah, there's not much point. They're giving you chocolate, but like not until like the mid game where chocolates are kind of worth it because candies can heal you up pretty well anyway. So for the most part later on, you can probably use a lot of candies between battles. Not very good during boss fights later on though.
Hang in there.
Obviously. You're just gonna have way more health. The fairy.
I'm all right.
Let's just make sure you're not gonna annoy us to death, are you?
I'm a soldier from Valsena. The name's Duran. I saw the light from the inn in Astoria.
It was very bright.
We have no other option.
So I suppose you'll do.
Guess you're the
Hold on.
schmuck that
What?
she'll
Oh,
have to choose.
Never mind. I'll tell you later. Please. I need you to take me to the Priest of Light.
Don't
in
worry
Wendel.
about it right now. I just need
can't fly
need
any
to be
further on my own.
inside of you.
I mean, that's where I'm headed too, but there's a
a
barrier around the
coinkydink.
cavern. We're stuck here until further notice. Sorry.
I can get us through the barrier. But we need to hurry.
Gotta go fast.
Something has happened to the Sanctuary of Mana.
The
Also,
Sanctuary of Mana?
Also have to worry about beastmen, so it probably is a good idea to... That's a big thud. Did it show up on the
Whoa.
Richter scale?
What was that? It came from Astoria. I gotta go back.
Probably the
We need to
beastmen,
get
because the
going.
beastmen are around
Let
and
me
they're ready
rest inside you
to
for a bit.
smash
You won't
some
see me, but don't
I mean
worry,
smash
I'm still here.
some Wendel priests.
Wait,
She wants you to be inside of you.
Don't delay. We must see to Astoria.
Yeah, she's talking in my head. Oh, that's so weird.
Hurry!
Gotta get there.
Jeez, fine, on it.
We have obtained ferry. Like many other
So,
spirits
why are
we're
you
gonna
heading
get
to
later.
Wendel?
I need to get stronger. That's why I gotta find a way
I
to
get
switch
tougher.
classes.
Oh, I see you haven't had an easy time yourself.
Yeah, I kinda got smacked down by a wizard. But anyway, I'm gonna end it off here. So this has been Juno. See you guys next time. Bye bye.